I need to recap something we've discussed before about the Democrat in your life. This applies to you, the Democrat in your life. Let's rewind. Democrats, they tried to frame Trump as a Russian agent. This is all public factual information now, not my opinion. That was false. Then they stole an election. We can argue about that. I believe it, but whatever. They got into power in 2020, right? They got into power in 2020, and they did something with that power that had never been done before in the history of the United States of America. They launched the FBI like a missile against January 6ers, bringing over 1,000 arrests of over 1,000 of them. They sent the Justice Department, Roe versus Wade got overturned, and they dug up some old obscure law, the FACE Act, and went after pro-life pastors, sending the FBI to their door, throwing pro-lifers in prison as fast as they possibly could, just in a hissy fit over Roe versus Wade. Donald Trump, the Republican nominee, the soon-to-be Republican nominee, the White House coordinated, we know this now too, by the way, not a mystery, coordinated with the Fulton County DA in Atlanta to try to throw Donald Trump in prison before he could be the nominee. They also went after Donald Trump in other jurisdictions, of course, Florida, New York. Donald Trump was actually convicted. Donald Trump is a convicted felon because Democrats in whatever jurisdiction they held power tried to throw the Republican nominee in prison before he could be elected. Now, back to my question for you. If you know a Democrat, if you have a Democrat in your life, I've asked this question many times before. Has the Democrat in your life ever, one time expressed that any of that was wrong? Regret for that. One time. Has the Democrat in your life ever once said, we probably shouldn't arrest our political opponents? That was bad. They haven't, have they? I've been asking this question for probably 2 or 3 years. We get thousands of emails a day. I talk to people all the time. To this day, I have never once spoken to a Democrat or anyone who knows a Democrat who said that was wrong, we shouldn't have done that. It's not just that elected Democrats don't think they did wrong. The average, everyday liberal Aunt Peggy in your life has no regrets. So, if she doesn't regret it, how does she feel about it? Well, she feels like they didn't go near far enough. You looked on in horror as the communists used the power of government to go after their political opponents. You used to use terms like banana republic and things like that. Totally correct. Your liberal Aunt Peggy looked on in horror because it failed. And she thinks they should have gone further. So, what kind of things might we be in store for if, say, they take the House and the Senate? Well, remember, the Democrats tried to remove the filibuster last time, that thing that says you need 60 votes to make a law. And they would have succeeded if it wasn't for 2 Democrats, Joe Manchin of West Virginia, Kyrsten Sinema of Arizona. Where are they now? They're no longer in the Senate. J.D. Vance talked about it.
I would bet every dollar that I own that the next time the Democrats have control of the Senate, they will break the filibuster, pack the Supreme Court, and destroy this country. We have to do it now in order to save the country.
That's J.D. Vance. What do you think they're going to do when they take power? What if they win the White House? What will they do? I don't know. Don't ask me. Ask them.
The people in this administration who broke it.
Credit to Western Lensman for this one.
The people in this administration who've broken the law and federal agents who've broken the law need to be held accountable. criminally prosecuted, civilly prosecuted, whatever it is that we can do.
For those that decided that it was, that they would act in their perceived very narrow self-interest and, take a knee to Trump, they're going to be held accountable.
You think needs to elevate the debate, but also ensure accountability, legal accountability for anyone who broke the law.
Yeah, it's not about vengeance in that respect. It's not that. It's simply about accountability.
There are so many different corrupt sycophants within the Trump administration, including but not limited to within the Department of Justice. Now, these people don't have immunity. And the reality is the statute of limitations is 5 years, and there will be accountability with the next administration, if not before, when Democrats take back control of the House of Representatives.
One day the Trump presidency will end. The statute of limitations for these crimes, however, will extend beyond that date. And when the day comes that Donald Trump leaves the White House and his successor moves in, there'll be accountability.
We will bring oversight, accountability. We will subpoena the Department of Justice, but also private actors who have done these drug deals with the administration, college campuses, entertainment companies, law firms. And so accountability is coming.
Here's California Governor Gavin Newsom.
So to be clear, the next president, whether it's President Newsom or someone else you think needs to elevate the debate, but also ensure accountability, legal accountability for anyone who broke the law.
Yeah, yeah, I think you have to knit that back, and you have to do both because you by definition are doing both. It's not weaponizing grievance. It's not pursuing retribution in the spirit that defines Trump and Trumpism. It's not about vengeance in that respect. It's not that. It's simply about accountability, that the chips fall where they may.
Headline: Democrats hit list subpoena plans if they win the House. Oh, it's not just politicians, ICE agents, corporations, moguls, top executives, law firms, donors to the White House ballroom. I'm just reading from the story. Profit enablers, they say. This is a little reminder that what Democrats did under the Joe Biden communist administration was the appetizer. The appetizer. It was the Red Lobster cheese sticks before the Cajun shrimp Alfredo got to your table. It was the appetizer because they did all that, and the only lesson they learned from it was they didn't do enough. They didn't go far enough. I bring this up because I think a lot of people are losing sight of what it means if the communists come back to power in this country. The communists are going to do worse next time, and they're going to do it as fast as they possibly can do it. Last time was the beginning. Last time was the Cheddar Bay biscuits. We haven't come close to getting to the main course.